Who made that universal taste that everybody has ascribed Nigerian jollof taste to be?
Having the best jollof and being the genesis are two different things.
Even when you originate something and it leaves your shores, you don't have control over it again.
I think the Senegalese, they sat down and they really mapped out vices in life, what to look out for and what to look out for in a relationship.
Personally, I feel like I would rather be with a not so rich wise man than a rich
Foolish man.
a rich foolish man who doesn't understand me. Jollof rice is more than food. It's actually a symbol of West African unity and cultural identity. And a lot of wars have been fought on social media regarding Ghana jollof and Nigerian jollof on who makes the best jollof. But actually, jollof rice isn't even originally a Ghanaian or Nigerian delicacy. Its origin traces back to the Wolof Empire of the Senegambia region from the 14th, 16th century. And those are the people that were the originators of jollof rice. Even the name jollof actually comes from the empire, Jollof Empire. So now you guys have been eating jollof rice. You've been fighting, oh, Nigeria has the best jollof rice.
Right.
Before today, did you know that Nigeria is not, the genesis of jollof rice?
I mean, having the best jollof and being the genesis are two different things.
And how did you come to that conclusion that we have the best jollof?
Because, have you seen the feedbacks on the internet? Please.
Well, you have a point there, though.
Yeah.
But have you also seen the feedback from Ghana as well?
Right.
Senegalese jollof.
I'm
You see?
Nigerian, please.
So it's natural to be, selfish,
Yes.
to love yourself. We understand.
Talking about feedback, I don't think that we can decide who has the best jollof because of recent. Arasta had this interview where she was talking and they're like, oh, which jollof? Nigerian jollof or Ghana jollof? And she goes, Senegalese jollof. She was like, that was the best jollof she has ever tasted.
Wow.
And all of us were like, oh, okay.
One thing we should also put into consideration is this. No one person can actually come up with a universal taste for any meal at all, except you have the same measurements and all of that. Now, it varies from city to city, region to region, or maybe even street to neighborhood. Why am I saying this? It's impossible let me rephrase it like this. Who made that universal taste that everybody has ascribed Nigerian jollof taste to be?
Right.
You might meet someone who's a bad cook and you taste that person's jollof and the person is from Nigeria and thereby christening everybody or christening Nigerian jollof to be the worst tasting jollof
Crazy.
ever.
Yeah.
So it's impossible for us to actually give a universal taste for the Nigerian jollof, Ghanaian jollof, and whatever jollof or wolof, if we want to call it that.
Jollof rice. Jollof rice.
So it's impossible to say, that, there's a universal taste for the Nigerian jollof. The way they might prepare jollof in Jos might be different from the way they make in Kaduna, Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, and wherever you want to go to in this
And
country.
even at that, it will still vary from household to household,
household.
from individual to
To individual. So there is
It's a
no
matter
one
of
taste
choice,
that we can now
preference.
give to a particular meal to say this is the Nigerian jollof because it varies. We have different cultures, we have different tribes who would have different ways of preparing it. Some people will put the water before the rice, some people put the stew, the broth. There are
Some
different
don't even
ways.
use water. These days now, they say it's steam that cooks jollof rice.
So you see, it's
Everybody with
impossible.
their own.
It's possible to come up with a universal taste for the Nigerian jollof and thereby call it that. And I think
Yes.
the same goes for Ghana and other countries.
I think I agree with you because even when we were kids, my mom will cook. I wouldn't want to eat at home, but then when I go to another person's house, the way I will eat that person's food, It's so funny.
Talking about preparation, there's this thing that started online where someone is cooking and then they're not cooking probably in the line that they are used to seeing it. They start bantering you. There's this thing with jollof rice because people from like the east, they add crayfish to their jollof rice. And so when other people see you, crayfish has no business in jollof rice. In fact, that thing was like a movement on its own. No, it was a serious movement going on that crayfish has no business in jollof rice. And people were arguing. The moment you cook and you post that thing, you're going to your comment section. They're going to line it up like this.
And it's crazy because it's a thing of preference and even the origin of jollof rice, which goes back to the Wolof region. Actually, the name is thieboudienne in their language, and it means rice and fish. You know, so even the origin of jollof rice actually has seafood in it. And, you know,
so it's still fish.
it's still fish.
I think this also boils down to the way we are in this part of the world. We're pretty rigid when it comes to food. If you're exposed to a certain way of making a certain meal, most people stick. They'll tell you this was how I learned it from my mother. It's only until recently we're beginning to see different ways. For example, you might see somebody put egg inside the akara mix and you go, that's disgusting. I have tried egg in akara, like, you know, the raw egg, you put it in the beans mix, you mix it up together, fry it, beautiful, tasty. It's really fluffy. It's really fluffy and it doesn't soak in and it doesn't soak in the oil. Now, an average person will see that and go, how dare you? They might even come on social media. It's disgusting. You people of nowadays just come up with all kinds of mixes and all of that and so on and so forth. Forgetting that there are different preferences and there are different ways of making certain meals.
Right.
So they shouldn't be like, how dare you put XYZ? Sometimes I see that from the Ghanaian folk. They'll be like, Nigerians, they put this and this and that. And we go, we Ghanaians, you guys put this. It doesn't make any sense.
And then the origin is not Accra Jollof. It's not Kaswa Jollof.
It's not even Nigeria.
It's not Volta Jollof. It's Wolof. So a Ghanaian can't even be like, why are Nigerians putting this? You know, I think Senegalese people are the only people that should be like,
should have that bragging
but
right.
Even when you originate something and it leaves your shores, you don't have control over it again. It will evolve and, you know, become something else. It's just the way it is.
Talking about people that don't like to rigidness, I won't lie. I fall on that canopy because I'm actually a very picky eater. I prefer to eat the meal that I know every day like this than to try something else. So when I first started hearing this Senegalese jollof, Ghana jollof, I think there's one they call 1K or something. 1K,
yes. Yeah.
So back to that Senegalese jollof.
What's 1K?
It's a form of jollof rice in Ghana.
Oh,
yes.
So now, if you check the Senegalese jollof, people like they don't chop the things they used to cook it with. They'll do the stew, then put carrots, put okra, put this there. Like they don't blend it, so they are just like chunks on the food. And because I don't eat okra, the moment I see that food, my first brain just going, that thing is going to be slimy. It's going to be slimy. It's good.
You know, sometimes when I see
mind that we enjoy it.
Yeah.
Obviously,
You
it's
know,
going to be
sometimes when I
slimy.
see videos of, you know, the rice you just mentioned, putting chunks of carrots, sometimes onions and peppers and all of that, my natural instincts goes this way. Aren't you supposed to blend it so you get the juices, the taste for it to sip in? I am not judging. I'm just wondering. I'm just, you know, I don't know. Maybe because like, will the spices or will the sauce from the pepper unblended sip out, or the carrots? I don't know how it works there, but it's a thing in that region where they don't blend some of these things. They just put them in whole.
But I would love to try something like that. I'm actually the opposite of a picky eater. I'm a picky eater, but only after I've tested something. You know, like, so I like to try different things that I haven't done before. So I would even say I'm a food ashao. So I'll eat different things to know if I like it. So I want to try something, then know if I like it. If I don't like it, I'll not eat it again. But if I like it, me and that thing are like this, you know.
So if it doesn't smell bad, I'll eat it. If it has a funky smell,
okay, yes, that's
if it has a funky smell, I will never eat it.
So that means he can't eat the jollof rice with the dawa that we used to make with.
But I think you should be able to eat that now. It will give you like, you know, like native rice kind of flavor.
Native rice. It's
well,
jollof rice.
I don't think. Well, the locust beans has a very, very foul smell.
It does.
Personally, I don't even
That's
eat
foul.
locust beans. I don't eat.
That's a very foul smell because, man, if you see the way they prepare them, they sometimes soak them in water.
Yes, and leave them
and
stay for
it
days.
ferments and anything for me, or like till today, I have never tried apple fufu.
Ooh,
I have
same
never.
here.
Me too.
Because
I'm
of
not
the
sure
smell.
if I've tried
I've
it
never.
before,
Never.
but I don't know if I'll like it. I don't think I will.
The
With the
smell
smell?
alone.
I don't really
No.
like fermented things, so
I'm so sorry,
Like
people
it.
eat that, but
If it smells funky, count me out.
thank you.
Now, before today, whenever you think of Senegal, what comes to your mind?
Senegalese.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, so like they're pioneers of West African fashion, like the
Yeah,
bubbles, the
fabrics.
embroidery, and then
Yes.
their artisans. Their
Too
tailors are really
good.
good. Like they even come to Nigeria and work for really big fashion
Yeah.
houses. For me, I always think of Akon. Anytime I hear Senegal, I just
Yeah,
think of
Akon too.
And then now, of course, Jollof rice. You know. So, talking about who makes the best jollof rice, I've eaten Ghana jollof, and the couple of times I've eaten it, honestly, I was ready to switch countries. I was ready to be a Judas because of jollof. And the first time, it was at a restaurant. I enjoyed it. The next time, it was a Ghanaian housemate who made it a couple of times, and I enjoyed it. Like, he used to make it with chunks of beef, and it was delicious. And then the last time I had it was a proper Ghana jollof in Ghana. That was the only time I ever went to Ghana, and it was so delicious. It was well spiced, and it was at a conference, and other people were there, other Nigerians and people from other African countries, and they all testified to the goodness of that jollof. Like, okay, you know what? Ghanaian jollof takes the cake. Like, it's delicious. So you guys really, really need to try.
I feel like you can be
Ghanaian
carried
jollof.
away with food.
Yes. And she said it. She said that she's a food child.
Ah!
No, if something is good.
Okay, if I give
when
you
something is
if I give you
good,
Ghana jollof now and I carry you and I say come follow
I'll
me.
follow you.
Hey!
I'll follow you. I'll even go to Ghana. Like, statistically
Oh
speaking,
no.
even the metrics of development and
Yeah.
other things, I would say they are doing better than us, even security wise.
They
So
are.
Okay.
if
They
you
are.
give me rice and take me to Ghana and I can
Yeah.
change my nationality, I would gladly do that.
Oh,
Talking about jollof rice, there are some events that are happening, and if jollof rice is not there, those things are not complete.
facts.
Do you know that there was this theory that time we used to grow up? There was this thing that used to reign, like burial rice is so nice.
Imagine. So
burial rice
waiting
is
for you
sweeter
to
than
die so they
even
can enjoy rice.
And there's something
So I
that
think
they
the reason
say.
why they say it's nice is because of that firewood smoky effect.
And
They don't
and-
cook
and
them off
maybe-
the burner.
And maybe despair adds to the flavor.
Yeah.
And the person cooking is crying. Oh, my uncle, my grandfather, and tears
And
of
you know,
mourning,
they'll
sadness.
come
The
hungry.
salty
They
tears
come
are
hungry.
falling into the pot and adding to the flavor. Of
So you know,
something.
after you are done crying, your eye will not open. I'm not eating.
I don't believe you just said that.
Oh my god.
Now back to the Ghana jollof thing. You said, going to Ghana and trying out
Yeah.
the Ghanaian jollof and thinking it's better than the ones you've tasted here. I
It
think it's
wasn't thinking.
okay. The
Oh,
thing is,
really?
I think what's responsible for that is your Nigerian palate meeting the Ghanaian, and since it's something
contrast,
new,
yeah.
exactly. So the contrast, like, oh, okay, this is different. So therefore, this is better than what I'm used to.
True. Or maybe I've been eating jollof rice from terrible Nigerian cooks.
Yes,
Possibly.
But
maybe.
by
Possibly.
saying that, I've insulted everybody in my house.
There are still people that
Well,
No.
They will be informed.
how do they say it? Straight from
will
the
be
horse's?
informed.
that's how we should not throw stones.
I guess how do they say it? Straight from the horse's mouth.
Bam.
No, I think it was just the contrast, and then the use of spices, and then even the kind of rice, because it's long grained.
Yeah.
So that type of rice even adds a whole new flavor to the rice, unlike our very large grained rice.
I've
here.
also seen coconut rice whereby they use the coconuts
Milk.
milk to make the rice, and then it's very watery and they eat it with sauce.
Yes, that's
but
called,
then here
Delta
coconut
rice,
rice
yeah.
is very
But
soggy.
coconut rice is rice on its own now. Like,
Yes, it's rice on it. The reason why I'm saying this is because he mentioned that if different people have different ways of making their
Yeah,
things.
true.
So if we have people that literally soak, it looks like cornflakes.
Yes.
So it's
Oh, wow.
soaked inside.
And then they have the sauce.
in
separately.
Liberia, Sierra Leone, those kind of places, they actually do
all
theirs
But
like
this
that,
one happens
coconut
in
rice.
Delta.
Yeah,
Delta. They
yeah,
call it Delta Jollof.
Okay, interesting.
Some
And then when they
coconut
catch
rice.
you cooking the coconut rice the way we cook it, they're like, this is not coconut
This is
rice.
not coconut rice. No.
We're not adventurous when it comes to,
And we should be.
Yes.
Life is for enjoyment. Like, when I think of death, what makes me sad is the fact that my taste buds will not be working again.
How sure are you?
I'm not sure. So maybe that's something to hope for. So for me, like, my ears are not very good. My eyesight is, of course, not very good. My nose is not. But you see, my taste buds, they are the most active part of all my senses. So, yeah.
You just have to eat.
No, and it's not because I'm a foodie. I just like what I like. Yes, the things I like, I want to eat them and eat them and eat them. That's it. So now let's talk about Senegalese culture and their worldview. And let's talk about this folktale. Something I find interesting about this folktale is that it has a lot of moral lessons. Like, okay, this young girl, she's supposed to marry, and she convinces her parents that, okay, I have my own method of checking who is suitable for me. It's not, an arranged situation. So a proud prince comes first, and she's like, no, not this one. A wealthy merchant comes first. She's like, no, not this one. A strong warrior comes, and she's like, not this one. But then the fourth person to come, like, okay, she was giving them riddles. And then when, she said her riddle, he understood it. And it's interesting that the thing that attracted her to this person was understanding. He understood her. She understood him. And, that was something very intriguing about that story. And it says a lot about their worldview that, okay, wisdom trumps all, and understanding in relationships trumps everything else.
I think it makes a whole lot of sense because
why you it doesn't trump everything.
Just understanding.
No,
I
don't
guess I
worry,
look at the
understanding
golds,
will
the
feed you.
diamonds.
No, not even that. Understanding without communication. Is that thing?
I think it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Okay,
it's the
fine. Then
understanding
if it's
communication.
okay, then I agree.
Yeah. And I think maybe in her mind she's like, okay, if I'm together with the man who understands me, who I can communicate with and relate with, then we can build our wealth. And maybe he's understanding, but he's also wealthy. Meanwhile, those other people, they were wealthy, but they didn't understand her. So sometimes it's not about, who is right, but who is right for you. So they were not right for her.
Yes.
They were not right for her. So, yeah, she was waiting for her philosopher, so to speak.
Moral lesson: go for the right person.
So how do you know the right person?
Oh wait,
The right person for you. I think
For
everybody
you.
should have their own metric,
Yes.
their own tests.
Yeah.
You know,
some
okay, so Favor, you, how do you test who is the right person for you?
I cannot answer that question right now.
You don't want to cast yourself.
No.
Oh, interesting.
No, but there could
Anybody? Oh wait, anybody that will put me in Chanel.
Okay.
You see the contract for
Why for a strange reason? Why am I thinking of digging and gold?
Oh, don't worry. I think it's part of it.
She's a minor, this one. So Amara, how about you?
So I don't have that.
Oh no, you're
Your
trying to.
metric. No, what's your metric for checking who is the right person for you?
I think for me it has to do with communication too.
Understanding,
Yes,
girl.
because I learned something. It's not the matter of understanding.
The look.
I think that's the list goes beyond just understanding. You know, there's like criteria you check. Aside
God-fearing.
money, blah 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 blah. Everybody has like their key, whatever. So yeah.
Why
And
do I feel she's making a mockery of you by going, yes, don't go for the Chanel, but go for the
Don't worry, understanding will feed you.
Feed you. It's Willow.
No. I never said understanding will feed me. I'm just saying
No,
that
we are saying
No, we
what
are
you want
saying-
understanding.
Yeah.
Will understanding
It will
feed
feed
you?
But you know one funny thing about,
understanding
but you know
you
one thing
will
about,
Yes,
but you know
the
one,
money is there. I like money.
Now
oh.
understanding you go
money.
chop.
I love money.
but you
Okay,
know
we
another
heard
thing you need
enough
to also
money.
look at is this, right? Okay, this is towards faith, favor. Now check this out. He has all the gold, he has everything and all of that, and maybe he doesn't have the understanding or wisdom and all and whatnot. What if he runs out of these things in the next 5 years? What do you do? Do you leave him then?
Yes, you will run.
Do you leave him then? Now, it has to be somebody who is wise, who has the wisdom to decipher some certain
Yes.
things, who can effectively communicate, who can build on the wealth he has. There are people who stumble upon wealth and cannot manage or even grow the wealth.
Yes.
And in no time, they run out of whatever resources they have. What happens to you then when these things are no more there? Do you give him hell? Or do you walk away?
Funny how I've never thought about that before. As a person, I've never.
You could see somebody with a shiny car. Let us say it's a 2025 model of a supercar, for example,
yeah.
and you love that car, he has some change to come with it, that could be the first and the last car he would ever drive. Maybe because he doesn't advance. He's not wise. He's not knowledgeable. He doesn't know how to communicate. He doesn't know how to build with his companion and with his partner. What happens then?
Reasons why you should not go for somebody that doesn't have potentials.
I think if you have wisdom,
Yes.
wisdom and understanding, even the Holy Book says it, all those
Yes.
things will be added onto you.
you.
Thank you.
Bam!
Bam.
Yeah.
So yes, I think a wise man,
Yeah.
yes, life is very unpredictable.
Yeah, it
but
is.
typically, a wise man should be able to claw his way out of suffering.
And come back.
Yes.
Even
You know?
even if it's not to the same place he was before, but at
Somewhere
least he
comfortable.
should- yeah.
And
Yes.
for me personally, I feel like I would rather be with a not so rich wise man than a rich
Foolish man.
Foolish
yeah, a rich foolish man who doesn't understand me. It's not
Yes.
even about, like, he can be wise in his own way, but you know, that's where compatibility comes into
Yes.
play. Like, do you guys understand
Understand
each
each
other?
other.
Do your jokes match?
Yeah.
You know, like, is your wisdom my kind of wisdom? Is your humor my
Do you
kind
complement each other?
of, you
Yes.
know?
Sorry, coming back to this conversation we're having from the folktale, you know, even after she selected him as her husband, they were kidnapped by some bandits.
Yeah.
And then when they got there, she told him something all of them did not understand. And then immediately he understood what she was trying to say. And that was how they
Yes.
escaped.
So I think the moral of the story there is, as a man, listen to your wife.
Listen.
I agree with you.
Yes,
Today.
listen to, okay, only today.
Today. Listen.
I think it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for the sake of the fable, it just simply shows that if you're in a relationship, you need to also listen. You need to complement each other. You need to also know how to, complete somebody.
Yes.
And that's what it is. We're constantly looking for that missing part that we don't have in us that we see in our partners. That is some of the things we need to look out for when you're looking out for something. There's something you are good at and the other person just gets you. The person completes you. And that's what you look out for in a relationship. And I think for her, with all the rich people who came during her time, she wasn't looking for that. She wanted somebody who gets her, somebody who completes her, somebody who complements her. And she found that in that guy and decided to make the decision. And that decision, it counted for them when they were accosted by bandits. And it
Yes.
came to play. And that cemented it for her.
Yeah.
And today, I
This
guess
is the
we're
right
here talking
choice.
about it.
Yes.
And so now I'm just going to ask, like, the prince's ego, the warrior's rigidity, and, all of that. What does it reveal about a certain type of masculinity? Like, the merchant is materialistic, the prince is egotistic, and then this fourth guy that she chose is different from all of them. And I'm sure to them, they'll be like, this babe, she no get sense, so why would she leave me, like, happening guy, money,
Right.
businesses, and go with this.
And I
this-
think even in modern times, people have a way of ridiculing women that are not going for the rich guys. They will say, you want to suffer, understand. There's even a
Yeah,
term.
just
understanding
as I
girlfriend.
called you understanding too. So yeah.
So Amal, your understanding.
I think all of these things you mentioned are, if we look at it on a more realistic sense, they are vices that do have no place in a union. If you are rigid, it will not work. In a relationship, you have to be malleable. You should be able to be, you should be able to sway to the left, sway to the right. Now, you also mentioned another vice, whereby you said the other guy was proud.
Yes.
Pride is a recipe for destruction.
True.
So I think the Senegalese, they sat down and they really mapped out vices in life, what to look out for and what to look out for in a relationship.
True.
So that's what I think the fable teaches us. Don't go for somebody who is boastful,
In our
who is egotistic,
Yeah.
and another person who is all about my wealth and all about this. Because if you have all of these vices together, they are a recipe for destruction. Go for the person who has wisdom, who communicates. Because with all of these things that this other person she chose, if you have that as a quality, every other thing would come your way. And it proved itself when they were accosted by the bandits.
In our society today, we hear women saying things like, "I rather cry in a BMW than be happy in keke napep."
Right.
Hey, please.
No, the thing is, human beings are all good, but they are all bad. So now, go to where you can be comfortable while the person is being bad to you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, go to where rich people are and fall in love. Like, imagine your partner is being an asshole, and then on top of that, you now have to enter keke or climb a bicycle or even trek under the hot. Like the anger will be like, you know.
But whoever said these things are bad, using public transport, using
They're
the tricycle.
uncomfortable. They're not bad.
They are just uncomfortable.
When you do them at your leisure time, like, you're strolling, you're promenading, you're just taking a walk to lose some weight, to get your steps for the day in.
They might not be convenient, but I don't think they're uncomfortable.
No, based on someone who has been entering keke, who has been trekking, they are uncomfortable, and I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore.
I feel like you have something to say.
But another thing I want to say is that I think we should not sideline all these things. I feel like understanding money, they should work together.
Together.
So yes, let's have understanding, wisdom, communication. Let's come in a rich package.
Yes.
A package.
I think I'm in the wrong crowd right
No, you're in the right crowd. You're safe. You're safe.
So there's nothing wrong with all of these things in the mix, having wealth, having, being understanding and all of that. But I'm really concerned about the way there's a global perception about everybody's so thirsty for, I need money regardless of what it is. You might treat me bad, but just give me money. When you meet an average lady or an average guy, the first thing they mention is money, 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 money. Of course, money is a factor, but it shouldn't be, on the front burner all the time. We've seen people.
But it can be on the back burner.
No,
second or third.
It is. I'm going to say this. It's unfortunate, and it's fortunate that we need it to survive in today's world.
We live in a capitalist world.
But unfortunately, so many people just don't want to care about any other thing but money.
Okay, so let's care about other things and well as
money is a factor, but it shouldn't be the front burner. That's just the fact. We've seen so many stories of people who went for money and today it's crumbling. It's they are crying. They've separated.
People that went for understanding and they grew together.
Exactly.
I have.
So it can go both ways. For example. So let's take it back to Senegal. And I think it speaks a lot about their culture. That, these are tales that are part of the moral fabric of their society. Like, choose wisdom, choose the one who understands you, who you relate with, and all of that. And even giving women a voice. It speaks about the accommodating nature of the people. And this is why jollof rice is no longer limited to the Wolof region. They've freely shared it with the rest of West Africa, and now we even have the mouth to be fighting like, okay, we make the best jollof. So it just speaks about the accommodating, hospitable nature of the Senegalese.
And that's how it is. The Senegalese, they've given us a whole lot, especially with their tasty recipe with the jollof rice, and also the fable about looking out for what really matters, communication, understanding, and just being a human being. It shows that Senegal and Senegalese, they are kind, hospitable people, and they love to share. So the moral of the story this holiday is let's share with the whole world. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.